Commencing countdown. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
And we're live! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Saber Dice. My name is Cody with Taking 20, and I have some beautiful, incredible, wonderful, sexy, amazing, talented people here with me this evening. We, of course, have Jacob Buds from XP to level 3. For all of you youngsters out there to kind of mix up the cast a little bit, we have Michael Hunt playing Domino tonight from Unmade Gaming. I won't say anything further. Lauren B is aka Miss Ginger Ninja. I don't give a shit. Is playing Luna tonight, our wonderful android operator. We have the one and only David Friant of Nerdarchy fame, and we of course have Guy Sklanders from How to Be a Great GM. Here with a few words from our amazing sponsors is the incredibly talented Miss Lauren B.
Hey guys, do you like dungeons? Do you like painting them in studios? You should get Dungeon Painter Studio because it's in the script. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually Cody made a lot of the maps in there. It's actually beautiful. I'm impressed. I can't do it even with tutorials on there, but it's beautiful. I'm sure you guys would do a great job. If you do make maps, send them our way. We'll take a look. Our other sponsor is Fantasy Grounds. I love Fantasy Grounds because it makes building a character a lot easier since my characters die all the time. Mike, good job hitting that button. But don't mind the cameras for now. It's fine.
Thanks, Mike.
Also, check out the Patreon because we're super inappropriate and we have to censor ourselves because this is like live internet. See us not live. It's way worse. Come check it out.
Yeah, so while we wait to figure out what's going on with Michael Hunt.
There he is.
Michael, I hate you.
He evaporated.
I have no idea what happened.
Give us just a moment. We will be right back. And we're back from that random intrusion. Thank you, Michael Hunt.
Stop casting teleport, Michael.
Hunt the cunt.
Sorry, I had my Zoom window, minimized. I was doing more important things.
Is that code for watching porn?
I don't know, David. You would know.
Not anymore, Dave.
Michael has to wear reflective glasses now whenever he's on stream.
I wear my pride glasses.
Oh, nice.
Would that be secondhand porn then?
Oh my god, dude! I don't want to see that, man.
That's solid.
I do.
That's some weird shit, dude. Oh god,
Michael, you wish you looked as cool as me.
It's Cody's face.
No, I don't, Cody. Trust me.
All right, so let's play some games.
Chubby M&M over here.
Should we have an episode of Oasis? Are you guys ready for that?
Yes.
Cast your minds back.
Thank you, Lauren. The only one that heard that.
Last week on Oasis, not the After Dark show. Last week on Oasis, the gang explored the jungles of Greth as they took on a gargantuan electrovore, or as the locals called it, the demon. After dispatching this gargantuan beast and having Assander scream out in glee as he was, I'm gonna say glee. I know that's not the right adjective, but I'm gonna or verb. Or adjective, yeah. I'm gonna say that it's glee. The gang survived, needless to say. As the terrible creature was trying to escape, of course, you guys were the ruthless murderers that you are, and it didn't work out well for the great demon. You guys were taken back by all of these small little Greth fox-like people.
Mm-hmm.
Luna caught a brief little glimpse of a structure, a great structure beyond the enormous mists that had been blocking a lot of your sensors and telescopes and abilities to see into it. Then you guys met somebody. You met a great shaman for this particular tribe, Brashul, and she was quite the character. What was interesting about her is that she had a unique amulet that caught Assander's attention. It looked like the symbol that Asander and the rest of the crew of the Rogue Infinity had seen Lacia studying for many years while she was a part of the crew for Oasis, except it had a unique addition to it, some sort of semicircle swirl or snake-like creature in the middle of it. That is when the group decided to go off and explore into the mists. Being confident that that your suits would keep you safe from any additional hallucinogenics, and equipped with an extra gas mask, I believe, to a sander, if I remember that correctly, you were able to traverse into the mists, where you found something interesting there. That this was obviously not a natural occurrence. There was a lot of machinery and mechanics on an enormous scale to produce this hallucinogenic mist. That is when you guys came into view for the first time of this great pyramid-like temple that has been constructed and covered and hidden here once you've broken through the veil of that mist. A small little robot, some sort of scanning device, came out and proceeded to scan a few of you. After scanning Brashul, everything seemed fine. However, after scanning, who was it? Was it Jet that was scanned next? After scanning Jet Smith,
I poked it.
It apparently did not like his face. At which point it turned red, it flashed, it beeped, and that is when two enormous turrets sitting at the tops of the stairwell leading up into this pyramid began to rise, turn, and begin to charge up with a red glow, as though they were about to fire on you all. And that is where we will pick up.
It's like a toaster. They just get really hot.
This is not necessarily an initiative combat. We do not have a traditional grid and such set out. However, I would like to throw everybody into initiative just so we can kind of keep track and give everybody a chance to react.
Golly
So
gee.
if you will give me just a moment, I will get that set up for you. And roll all initiatives.
Oh, you can just roll them, huh?
I sure can. Thank you, Fantasy Grounds.
I don't like my roll that you rolled for
One
me.
little button. Well, tough shit, sir. Snicked. As you see this thing, whoa, 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 charging up. Quickly, what do you want to do?
Oh, fuck! Open fires! Grab heap!
These are about 100 yards away still.
Oh,
100 yards.
Yes,
yards, that's far.
and they
300
are
feet.
aimed. Yeah, not 100 feet. 100 yards away.
300 feet.
That's 300 feet.
Cody. Please. Please.
Use inches.
How far? How many inches?
About 324 meters.
There's meters? What's that?
How many
How many
liters?
miles?
I just want to say for our gear being like this awesome future tech, the range increments aren't very big.
I know.
Can you give it to me in gallons?
in addition, here in this courtyard, don't forget there are a few different of these marbled pillars that seem to be laid out in a row that are kind of spread out as well. There's
If they're not,
they're coming down like the main walkway. There's about a dozen of them there, and then in addition to that, they have two additional sides that kind of get a few less each time to create a sort of almost a triangle shape kind of coming out from the pyramid. In addition, you guys are not behind them at the moment. You guys have just kind of crossed and broken through all of the foliage here in the jungle to come into this big clearing around this enormous temple in front of you. So you have a very brief moment to describe what you want to do, Snicked.
okay, and they scanned us from way over there, right?
It was a small little floating robot. Think the librarian from
I want to
Halo
hack that
1.
for her then.
Because
Okay.
David will get that reference.
I want to hack it.
Okay, how far can you hack?
I believe it's like 30 or 60 feet.
30 or 60 feet. You need to be much closer, sir.
Okay, how far away
You're
is it
trying to
from me?
hack the probe.
Yeah, I will have Scrap Heap double move me over there.
Okay, so there's a few different things laid out here that you might be able to hide from. And one of the stone columns is fallen on the far side, and it's actually, as this thing is laying over sideways, it's probably about, oh gosh, still 5 or 6 feet tall just on the side. I mean, these are big, enormous columns.
So if Scrap Heap moves me up 60 feet and I got another 30, is that close enough to the probe?
The probe is much closer than that. The probe is.
That's what I want. The probe. I want the probe.
The probe is 8 feet from you. It's right next to Jet.
Okay, so I will begin moving for cover, or have Scrap Heap moving me for cover, and I will begin attempting to hack the probe.
Okay, you can slide over and try to line up. You basically haul immediately to the left, so you're not closer to this pyramid, but you can go left immediately and try to get a line in between you and this, with these columns, in between you and this turret.
Okay. Frack you, buddy. I'm going to own your ass. That is a 28 on computers.
What's interesting is, so you're doing this kind of on the run as you're scurrying over very quickly to get out of this thing's line of sight. And what's interesting, Dave, is that your systems have managed to make contact with it, but what comes on your screen is basically like a completely different computer language, and it kicks back additional data on your machine, like if you ever inspected the Java behind a website, and it's almost illegible for you. Unlegible for you.
Okay.
Moving down to Domino, what would you like to do?
Figure out what illegible means.
Illegible.
Illegible. It's one of those homeschool words.
This is definitely
My
right.
mama said that crocodiles are ornery because they got all them teeth and no
I wasn't going to
toothbrush.
say anything.
The laser Cyclops from X-Men, how far are they? 300 feet away?
They're 300 feet away, yes.
Okay.
Roughly.
Cyclops from X-Men is here?
The Sentinels.
That's awesome.
The Sentinels from X-Men. They're here to kill the non...
Oh, those guys, yeah. That's
Yeah.
completely different.
Lasers. Anybody?
we haven't rested since we fought that giant T-Rex.
You have not rested, sir.
Why do you keep throwing combat at us?
Why are you exploring ancient jungle mists?
Yeah,
because
why
you
did
made us.
Who poked the damn thing?
I have nothing that goes 300 feet, so I'm going to hide behind a pillar because I'm a robot.
Okay. Can you move 90 like Snicked can?
No.
You can get very close, and in
I
fact,
can move 30.
okay, you can move 30. So would you like to double move, basically?
No, I'm not going to run at giant sentinels, Cody. That sounds ridiculous. I'm a tiny
towards the
robot.
columns.
Do it.
I want to run 30 feet
I'll
in the
let
opposite
Chad
direction,
explain it to you. That's
where
fine.
there's safety. Yeah, I want to run to wherever the safest is. So behind a column. How far are the columns away?
So the columns are about 80 feet away at this point, because you guys are kind of coming in at an angle from it.
Sure.
So you can move very quickly. You can get in cover from one of the turrets, but not two of the turrets.
Okay.
Is that what you would
and
like to do?
the only thing around here is that probe, right?
The only thing around here is that probe, and then you guys you're imagine that this is like a big clearing. So like there's tall grass and stuff, but there's not like the jungle vines and the jungle trees and things like that. There's not bushes here. This has been cleared out and kind of looks a little kept up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to run into cover, as much cover as I can get. And that's a double move, right? Yeah, so I'll do that.
Okay. You begin sliding over. That brings us down to a Sander. Looking over at you with the turrets. You see Snicked burst out and Domino take off running as well.
When the probe scanned Bashul, it then moved directly to Jet, or did it seem to hover first and then move to Jet?
It seemed to kind of like, so it's like floating there, and it kind of is like, it kind of came up and went, and you could like almost see the holographic lines coming out as it ran down Brushul's body. As it moved over to do the same thing with Jet, that's when it turned that bright red and
Right. Do I think that it was a biological scan?
I'm not even going to need a roll from you. Yes. That is your gut instinct.
Do I have in my med kit a chemical or drug that can be used to induce a coma-like state?
You have the 7 darts that were traded to you from the tribe.
Are you going to trank me again?
One can only hope.
That's interesting.
Quickly, guy, these things are charging up. What is the Sander doing?
Sorry, this is all going on in Cobre's head. Yes, he pulls out a dart and he can't get to Snick, so he gets to Jet and he just stabbed him with the dart.
All right, guys, don't worry. I have a plan.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, Jacob.
Boop. Wait. Boop. Boop. Boop.
You begin to get drowsy. You may only take for 2 rounds. You may take half of your actions.
Oh, I think I need to go to sleep.
I think these things scan for biological signs, and I think that the androids will be absolutely fine to get past.
I don't think that's what they do. I think what they do is they make you really tired.
What are you doing, Jet? It's your turn. You have half of your actions.
Oh.
You no longer have a move action. You can still use your standard action as a move.
I turn around and I look at a Sander. Oh, did you poke me with that?
Where did you jab him, Sander?
No.
Can I grab another one?
Yeah.
I have them all in a hand, so yes.
You die.
You automatically fail this save. Jet goes limp. Bringing us down to Luna quickly. Luna, what are you doing?
She's just walking normally. She'll walk the 30 feet and she's just yelling out, Lacia, as loud, like she'll try to echo her, like as literally as far as her voice can carry. Because maybe someone watching this going on will be like, okay, they know,
Okay.
her. And she's just going to walk 30 feet towards where a Snick is.
Okay. You can move further if you would like to. So that you can move about to where Domino is, so you can at least gain cover in these columns from one of the two turrets.
I have 40 feet of movement.
You can move all the way to where move all the way to where Snicked is if you want to double move, yeah.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Okay. So
She's just, can I do that as a free action to just yell?
Absolutely. Okay. So you just Terminator run right past Domino, and you gain cover behind Snicked. You see Rashul, eep, eep, and she takes off kind of like running quickly. She actually goes down on all fours at one point, and you can see her kind of like galloping a little bit before she kind of hops back up. She tries desperately to cling on to Domino because she's scared. So Domino, unless you prevent her, she will be your Yoda.
No, Domino loves her. You can be his Yoda any day of the week.
You have a Yoda now. She is just
the campaign.
Like freaking out and terrified, and her long fox-like nails are like just scratching along the front of your chest on your android armor. The first turret fires off. Assander, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
It appears I was incorrect, Captain. Sorry. Dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Reflex
Jet,
saving throw.
you fail. Sorry, you're asleep.
I fail. I'm apologizing to the captain.
I can't sleep dodge, Cody.
Okay, so you take 35 points of damage, each of you, as this just zoom, and it bursts, and you can see the ground and dirt and grass just explode all around you as it sends you flipping up and over, back on your prone, or on your back and prone. Back past the bushes. It pushes you about 20 feet from the explosion. It did not directly hit you. Domino, you and Brashul have the second turret has turned and locked onto the only moving targets. It was actually following along each of you, with Luna, Snicked, you, and Brashul all moving almost in one as you guys ran for cover. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please, sir.
I have cover. What does that do?
You have cover from one of them. You have complete, absolute cover from one of the turrets. The other one, you
Oh,
are not.
not the other one.
Yeah, you are not covered. You do not have cover yet.
Cool.
So just give me a dex saving throw.
Sure. 5.
It's a good one. You should.
Oh,
keep
you
it.
wanted a sorry. You wanted a reflex saving throw. Sorry, that's not right. 11.
11.
It's a keeper.
You're going to take 49 points of damage
I die.
Instantly.
as this just sends you hurling and twirling backwards. I show you.
Is that hit points or is that
No, it goes
Well,
on
you
your
got
stamina.
stamina
first.
points, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. You have 81 life. at the
cool?
moment.
I almost die.
Just this close.
That's what's happened thus far. Snicked! You have seen 2 massive explosions. And at this point, you and Scrap Heap and Luna are all safe behind this column. But Jet is not moving. Asander has been blown back so far, you don't see him. He's actually tumbled back into the bushes.
Frack, I knew we should have took out insurance on them. They're dead. They're all dead. It's not fair. We can't even reach them from here. And so we're behind the column. Is there like a way to go around?
Absolutely. In fact, you could probably move up a column or 2
That's what I will do then.
and maintain cover.
And
You can also go
maintain
up the columns if you so choose. Like,
you know what?
your robot can climb up.
Yeah. He can't move nearly as fast that way, though.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll stay on the ground for now and just keep ducking from cover, try and draw some of the fire off.
So you move up a couple of columns. It'll take you a few moments to get close enough to these things. You actually see the way that these things are placed, that it looks as though if you are next to the temple, they may not be able to necessarily see or reach you.
Okay.
How you're going to get up and into the temple, that's a whole nother story. You have no idea how that's going to happen. But at the moment, you look like you might be able to use these columns to progress up until you get to a point where you are no longer in sight. However, the rest of the Rogue Infinity's crew seems to be in quite the peril. Domino, you have just had this huge explosion rock you. What would you like to do? You're only a few feet from the column at this point and being behind total cover, an apparent safety.
I immediately check on Brashul. Brashul, are you okay?
She is laying down, and she has been blown back so far from the explosion at your feet that she has actually rolled into where this cover is. But she is on the ground and motionless at the moment. And quite bloody and like has that black, kind of char on her.
Got it. I sprint over to her, and as I'm doing so, I'm just pulling things out of compartments because I kept putting things inside my compartment to abuse her. I'm pulling what amounts to scrap out of my compartment, and I'm quickly molding it and doing things. And you see like blue flashes of light, and you hear like the as like his hands become tools. And I'm casting the spell, Healing Junkbot. As I'm moving, I just start creating this cart that begins to form behind me as I push it over towards her and plop her on top of it.
It just begins all forming around you. And Luna, you look down and Domino has propped up the maybe lifeless body of Brashul? You're not sure.
She just
That brings us down to Asander. You're in the bushes.
like always.
There is
Like
an enormous... No, let me ask you. Is there ringing in your ears, considering you don't have them?
Yes. The suit has been programmed to simulate as many human body functions as possible. Calbrave wants to go back to being human. So.
How strong is the... if that's true, if that's the case, I have a question for you. How strong is the force that keeps your brain in a jar centrally located and prevents you from becoming concussed?
Oh, he probably has a concussion. It'll be a jelly suspension that his brain is in. But yes, he flew 20 feet.
Your brain has just slammed into the front of your enclosure here, and you're a little bit out of it as you realize that you're in the bush, and you can hear from another charge up.
Is it firing at him or is it firing at me? It's difficult to tell. I don't even know where the captain is anymore. I feel responsible for his death. I charged towards where the captain was. I have to save my captain.
You stand up and come out of the bushes here. You're only a few feet back from the initial opening in this clearing where you guys came out, and you can see Jet. His leg is sticking out of another bush about 10, 15 feet away from you. You can rush over to him if you so choose.
That's what I'm going to do.
As far as you can tell, Asander, you are on the very cusp of where the jungle breaks here.
Right.
So,
are there any other animal bodies around? Small creature corpses, that sort of thing in here?
Not that you have seen. If you want to take a moment in your state to kind of look around and try to see if you can find something else, sure, I'll give you that opportunity to. But at the moment, you haven't seen anything, as this has kind of come rushing to your head.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see if there are any other bodies around. That'll confirm whether I was a complete idiot.
I will give you a free check.
Which one would you like? Perception?
Yes, please.
Not natural 20.
With a dirty 20, you know what? You do, in fact, as you're kind of looking around, you don't see bodies. You don't see bones. You don't see ash or anything like that. But you do notice right around you at this line here, this kind of breaking line, several, like, chunks and scorches that have previously happened in these trees. That where potentially one of these turrets has gone off before.
Gotcha.
And where it may have had a different target. You also notice that some of these scorches are not necessarily at your level, at like a person walking, but might be at a bird or a monkey or whatever kind of creatures live on in the breath and jungle.
Biological life. All right, I'm going to rush over to the captain, see if he's all right.
Jet! You're incapacitated. I'm sorry.
You know, you said my leg was sticking out. I thought I lost my leg, and then you said sticking out, and I thought it was like coming out of my chest, but I guess it's just in a bush. So that's cool.
No, your body just got flung into a bush. You're out. Next up is Luna. Lauren, what is Luna doing safely from her cover as she sees Domino and Snicked run off to another column to try to get closer to these turrets?
She's going to use her trick attack, and she's going to try to use the debilitating trick to take out one of these turrets. Maybe just hit it somewhere where it like loses the ability to aim or something like that.
Okay, how far is your range? These things are still probably about 280 feet from you or so. You're not much closer to them.
So she's following.
Do you have a sniper rifle or something like that?
She has a plasma rifle, but I think it's 50 feet or 40 feet.
Okay, you could get closer if you want to try to do that.
Yeah. She's just going to follow Snicked to the next area that's safe because she thinks she can be of more use up there.
You're a little bit faster than. Well, I guess you're not faster than Snicked with Scrap Heap. So you can move up to him if you want.
It's 70 feet, I think, because it's the 30, then the 30, and then the extra 10 that I get.
Okay. You can move to another column in front of him.
Okay. She will do that.
Okay. Asander, you hear these whoa 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 whoa. The charges seem like they're holding. And behind that you can kind of hear this. As you're down next to Jet, you can see them almost scanning for targets. Looking over, you can see your companions on the Rogue Infinity all behind these columns.
I'm dead, so it's okay.
They do not fire, as they have no valid targets at the moment. That brings us to Snicked. What would you like to do?
How far am I from them now, and are there more columns?
We can say that you can continue to move up. It'll take you this round to get within range. What range are you trying to get to?
30 feet, if possible.
The way that these columns are positioned, and the way that you are strategizing here, at the moment, until you move within really close within range, you will have pretty much cover from both of these turrets. As you realize, as you get closer and closer and closer, because you're on this side of the columns in front of the turret, you may not have cover from the second one. But at the moment, you can continue to move up. Pretty confident that that you can quickly slide out.
The closest column to the closest turret, what is that distance?
I would say that it's probably 40 feet away is the closest column.
Okay. So I want to get to that one, and then I will beeline it to the actual turret itself, and I want to run right up to it and get right next to it, but on the other side, away from the further turret.
Okay.
It makes sense.
You can do that. So I'm going to kind of skip the time forward a little bit, knowing that this is what the party strategy is. Instead of saying, oh, I move up one round, I move up one round, I move up one round. So while he's doing that, Luna, what are you doing? Because you're right there with him.
She's going to move within range of shooting, which is 40 feet.
Domino, what are you doing at this juncture?
How far away is the Sander?
He is probably 100 feet away. Because you guys moved about 80 over here, and he went to the other side where Jake got blown away at the moment.
I'm going to do my best to get with a Sander with this heal bot.
What Domino, you do realize that, like, in front of you, because you're on this last column here, in front of you could almost take a straight line out to the jungle and hope that you can hope that you might have some cover. There's definitely a lot more trees and stuff over that way, and then cut over to a Sander. Or you can run the open field.
No, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll do it the safest way possible.
You quickly begin trying to run. As you kind of go straight back and then make your break, you can see those turrets kind of whoa, but they're not firing.
Okay.
Asander, what are you doing with Jet while Snicked and Luna move up and Domino comes over your direction?
Well, I'm going to try to see that he's still alive.
He is breathing. He has been badly injured, and he has lots of burns up and down his left side. This seems to have punctured his suit as well.
But we're not being fired at.
You're not being fired at the moment. Maybe it's because you're not in range. Maybe it's because it doesn't see you as you're right on the edge here with the rest of the trees and such.
I will cast Mystic Cure on you, Captain. You get back 10 points.
And those are hit points.
Hit points, yeah.
I'm not missing any hit points.
Okay, you're fine then. That's fine. That's what I do.
Okay. I think that's lame.
I think it's
If you would
stupid.
like to heal up 10 stamina points, you may do so.
Hey, dude.
Jacob. Because
Awesome.
I'm the fucking game master. All right, so you can heal up those 10.
Damn
points.
straight you are, Cody.
All right.
And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise.
All right. Domino, you've made it over to a Sander. You have a Sander and Jet unconscious as a Sander seems to be tending to him. Luna and Snicked, I'll get back to you guys in just a brief moment. What are the three of you doing, Jacob, as you're passed out?
Am I passed? I'm still passed out.
Can I give him a stimulant to wake him up now?
Do you have a stimulant?
Well, I have an advanced medical kit with me. So
You have the berries.
I assume that it would contain stimulants.
Do you
I
have
can make a
the-
medicine check.
Do you have the berries that were given to you from the tribe?
I do, yeah.
You
wake him up.
do
Yeah.
remember those working on
That's
him
right, the
previously.
stimulants as well. We'll give him the berries. One berry.
She give him a berry, and you proceed to, I'm going to make some assumptions about how your character acts, of getting him to kind of chomp this a little bit and getting it down his throat.
Oh, it's easy. You just put it in you crush it in your hand slightly, you put it in his mouth, and then you just close his mouth and you block his nose.
Yeah, of course,
His body will
crushing it in your
naturally try and inhale.
crushing it in your hand would make far more sense than manually chomping on it.
Oh, I would say baby bird it, but you don't have a mouth. Damn it.
Yeah, I could smear it across my screen, but
And just love it all over him. Jet, you are awake. Standing beside you is Domino and a Sander.
Ah, my left side.
If Domino had a face, the face would be disgusted.
if
Emote.
these
Ow.
turrets fire at us, we then know how to get around them, Captain.
Ow. Ow.
How did you get around them? I just
I
get
think
shot.
it only detects biological life.
But I'm not biological.
Well, exactly.
It shot me.
I'm wrong then in my assumption.
Ooh, it shot me a lot.
I didn't mean to get you exploded.
Anyway, I made this robot.
Hey, doctor, why is my skin sticky? Oh. Ow.
Doctor, he's alive. Can you check on her? They
Try.
You see Rachel kind of shaking. As you tend to her, let's slide back over to Snicked and Luna. You guys have worked your way up along these columns, waiting for your moment, seeing the scan, sliding up to the next column, waiting for your moment, waiting for the scan, sliding up to the next column. You are probably only 2 or 3 columns back, and you're about, 70 to 80 feet away. The closest column is about 40 feet from the turrets. Dave, Snicked realizes that if he moves up to the last column, that's most likely going to, it's going to be like he's going to have to press himself against the column to not be seen kind of from the side turret. What would you guys like to do?
What about the next one, not the closest one? Do I think that I'd be covered?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you would. And you'd be about 60 feet away, roughly.
Yeah. I think Luna looks over to him and says, all right, I have a plan. It's not a good one, but it's a plan. I have thought this out, and I have calculated it. You're going to be the bait.
Perfect. Lay down some cover and fire me. I got a plan too. Just don't shoot the close one. I got that one.
Okay, I will go to the closest pillar because I can get a better shot. So you stand at the second pillar, the next one to us, and you will be the bait, if you will. And when I make the noise, you'll know which noise. Then you will be the distraction while I fire. I could take the closest one to us out.
No, shoot the furthest one.
Or the furthest one. The furthest one.
Perfect.
And you can hack the closest one to shoot the one next to it.
Perfect.
Great. Good luck. Don't die, please. And she runs. She's running as close as she to the next one, and if not, if she can make it to the closest one, she will go there.
Like the several columns before, every time you skirt around the edge of one, you could see the turret begin kind of shifting from its thing, and it begins to try to track you before you disappear.
Mm-hmm.
You are behind a column about 60 feet away from each of these 2 turrets. What would you like to do, Luna?
Is this the closest column?
This is not the closest one. You want to be to the absolute closest one?
She wants to be the closest one and go flat until he's in position in the one that he can be the bait, so she can take out. Be close enough to take out the
You can definitely do that. Just give me a simple stealth check, and it doesn't need to be terribly high for you to be confident that you are like, because you have to do it quickly. That's the only reason I'm even making you make a check.
It's a 22.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. As you move up, you can kind of hear that whoa, 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 and then it kind of and it holds there for a moment without a target to fire. They don't fire off. Snicked, what are you doing? She's moved him to position.
This is 100% a machine, right?
It appears to be. There's nothing organic about it.
All right. So yeah, but it doesn't seem like something with the robot type.
It does
Or
not.
drone.
No, these are built into the ground. Like it doesn't even have a way to move necessarily.
All right. So Scrap Heap will double move and break for the one that's closest to us, and then I am going to try and use my action to try and overload it, which basically shuts down a electronical device for one round. If someone else is in possession of that device, there's a reflex save, which would be DC 17.
How big can you affect? Any device?
Pretty much, yeah. It's energy weapons, melee weapons with the powered property, single armor upgrade. It even mentions like doors and.
Go for it. So is this a roll?
This is a joint roll, probably. Well, timing wise, He's going to make his move, and then she's going to make hers.
Sure. So, Dave, is this something? I'm assuming this is an ability that you trigger.
Yeah, it's an ability that I trigger. So it would be a saving throw, which is a reflex save, which is kind of weird, but
a reflex save.
DC 17.
It's not even close. So you have overloaded this, is what you've said, right? It basically
so it's shut down for 1 round.
Okay. So what does that look like? Do you fire off like an electronic taser line to overload it?
So what I do is like Scrap Heap books up to it, and I just rip off a control panel, and I just start like mucking with the wires and stuff and the electronics in there.
Okay, so here's what I think would happen if you got to touch it, is what you're saying. This is not a ranged thing.
It is.
Because that matters, because these things are charged up looking at this last column. That's why I'm asking. Can you do this from range, from the safety of your column?
No. I charge up to it. It might get a shot at me.
Okay.
When the target switches to him, when she hears it start to charge up, she's going to pop out to take her shot on the farthest one.
I'm going to give you that ready to action as well. So, here, I know what the sequence is going to be if you're going to charge up, Dave. So here's what happens with Snicked. You kind of wait for the signal. You come bursting around the side, and you can hear that Luna, that last little, because it only depowered a little bit, that last little whoa, whoa, whoop. I'm going to give you a chance to shoot the far one. The close one is still going to get a shot off at Snicked and Scrap Heap. So why don't you go ahead and do your shot. As you pop up, you can hear that zzz, zzz, moving over and tracking Snicked and Scrap Heap.
Okay. I have to make a check. I have to make a stealth check. It's either intimidation, stealth, or bluff to be able to do the trick attack. And then the debility.
You are already an unseen attacker, so you're good there. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Well, then she just makes the shot with her weapon.
Okay. So
and it debilitates. Debilitating trick is.
Is it an EAC or a KAC shot?
Sorry, one moment. It's my rifle, so it's
an EAC.
EAC.
That's better. You have an EAC to hit of just 16. Natural one. Okay.
Damn.
That'll do it.
So
it's almost like I'm not a robot.
It's almost like I don't know how to shoot weapons. So Snicked, you can see this thing turning at you, and it terrifyingly does the thing you were hoping it wouldn't do. And as you come charging up the stairs towards it, the one right in front of you goes and lowers down right at you and fires almost point blank. But you're moving quickly, and you're moving towards it. So you still get a reflex save.
All right, reflex.
That'll do it.
Sure.
I'm good at reflex, but that was a bad roll.
36. Woo! As this thing explodes, the stairwell in front of you just shatters from all the stone. You're still moving because of Scrap Heap and kind of having a little bit better balance. You weren't blown off your feet like a Sander was, but this thing hurts. Luna, as you pull out, you realize that you moved too soon. You thought it was targeting in on Snicked, but the way that the turret must have calculated, and you as a robot, you're realizing the way it must have calculated is you were still the closest target. So it immediately kicks back over a few degrees, lowers, and fires down at you. I'm going to give you partial cover here, so you're going to get a +2 to your reflex save, because I don't think you would be standing completely away from this column.
Okay, so it's a, hold on, let me go back.
Just a simple reflex save.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, now I get a good...
Yeah, you're good. You're going to take half of this. You're going to just take half of this. So you're going to take 14.
Okay.
You're going to take 14.
From my stamina, yep.
And this thing just shatters into the column right next to you. It blows this huge chunk out of the side, and like just the debris and everything, and you kind of kick and fall back. Snicked, go ahead and finish your turn here.
All right, so I shut the close one down for a minute. I mean, not a minute for a round. I just can't.
It takes you a second as you kind of scurry up the rest of it, and you're totally and completely like just reeling in pain, and your arms are stinging as you're kind of working. You quickly look for like a panel, and you're like, I don't see a panel, and you're just like, screw it. And you clip into one of the wires, and you can see like some additional metal tubing. You kind of slice through that with a mini torch, break it open, and begin doing your going to work. A Sander, Jet, Domino, you hear two huge explosions. Thwoom, thwoom, blast off and as like rubble falls all around. You look up and see a smoking column. Snicked and Scrap Heap are both to literally, they appear to be kind of like smoking themselves with all of that dust and stuff that is kicked up around them, and you can look over to see Luna kind of like covering her head as well with a huge gaping hole right next to where her head was just a moment ago. What are the three of you doing?
Who did that?
I would assume it would be the giant robots.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Great. Doctor, you can use this. And he kind of shoves the cart, the heal bot towards Asander. This can aid you. And he is going to run from wherever they are to the next cover towards these turrets.
You begin running towards cover in the columns. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm moving towards the turrets though.
Okay. In the field, or are you going back around to use the columns? That matters. I mean, are you going to run in the open field, or are you going to? That's the quickest path, or you could take the safe path.
Oh man,
it's like a triangle.
It's like a triangle, huh? Like how a triangle would be.
Do you want to cut to the left and then cut back up using the columns, or do you want to cut straight across?
Can I get to a column if I'm with double move? Cutting straight across.
It'll take you a moment to do that. It'll take you a moment to do that. I would say, you know what? From here, I would say yes. Screw it.
Okay.
From here, I think.
Then I double move to the next column through the what do you call it? Through the grass.
Sure.
Through the clearing. That's the word.
You take off running, and you can see the turrets kind of like, or only the one is moving at this point, and it's kind of, it's kind of charging a little bit, but it hasn't appeared to be locked in on you. Asander, what have you done with Brashul in the cart? Seeing her reeling over in pain.
Is she dying?
She is not dying, but she appears to be pretty badly injured.
All right, that's fine. Captain, what are your orders? Do we go and support them? Do I look after her? Do I look after you? I've completely made a mistake in calling this situation. I apologize most profusely. It's a disaster. What do you want to do?
Cody, just because, for my sake, because I want to make sure I have this right, can I see Luna and Snicked?
You can. They are, I mean, dude, they're almost 250 feet away from you.
Okay. And what are the lasers doing?
One of them appears to be going, and the other one on the far side is whoop, 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 and it appears to be locked in on the column that Luna is like crowded down behind after being nearly blasted in the face.
I look over at Asander, who's the only one near me, and I say, "Can we take down the lasers?"
I certainly can't. I wouldn't recommend going close to them.
Do you have a gun?
I'm a doctor.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know that was an actual thing you had to sign a do no harm or anything like that.
No, it's not that.
It's a robot. It's I guess
pistol.
Well, you're a human. Sorry, what?
It's a pistol, Captain.
All right, aim at the laser. At least get it off of Luna. And then I'm going to turn and I'm going to take out
the range, Captain. Oh, I'll engage if that's what you order us to do.
How far away is the laser?
300 feet. Still,
that's really
you're at the back. I mean, Jet, you basically didn't move, buddy. You came out. It was 300 feet away. You got shot, fell into the edge of the woods, 10 feet away from where you were standing, and you stood up. That's all that's happened with you moving closer towards the turrets.
I totally thought I poked it, but that's fine. And there's nothing else. It's just that.
How do you mean? Like, there's other edge of this temple.
Right.
But it's a huge structure. It's like going around the side of a building. And there may be
right,
more
there's
turrets.
There's the giant fucking temple. Okay. If we were to climb up the stairs, the laser could still see us, correct? Because it's right at the front.
It appears to have just recently shot Snicked as he was climbing up the stairs to get to the turrets.
All right, they got rid of one. I have to figure they know how to do that. I'm going to look over to where Snicked and Luna are, and I'm just going to say, all right, I think they know what they're doing. We need to go reconvene with them. And I'm going to just run across the field straight towards them.
Okay, it's going to take you... I'm just gonna say you can sprint, and I think you can sprint according to your con mod. I'm just gonna say you can sprint there in 2.5 rounds. You can sprint all the way to the turrets. Just outright sprint. People can move pretty quickly.
We have our comms on. Like, can I hear him just super out of shape running through this field right now?
We have comms.
Okay.
Just fucking Homer Simpson. Yeah.
I think Luna turns her comm on to be like, I think we need to. Captain,
shit!
She thinks you're being tortured.
In the middle of when she does the comm, I just turn and I skid on the ground and I run back towards the sander and I just I dive towards the ground and I get down to where I was and I just say, oh, I forgot we had comms. Hey, how'd you take out the other one?
Captain, that's your turn. So we're jumping back into initiative here. Snicked, you're up. What would you like to do, sir? Whatever you have done to this turret seems to be working.
All right, I would like to, this time, try and hack into it since I'm right there next to it.
Okay.
And see if I can't manually override it and get it to fire at the other one.
So I want to be very clear here. You're at the top of these kind of wide stairs. They're probably about 30 feet. It's about 30 feet wide. I mean, it's wide. It's this huge stairwell. And you're at the top, kind of on the dais. You can actually see the door into the temple in front of you. You are on the immediate inside of the right turret.
Okay.
The left turret is looking down after having just shot at Luna. You don't even know if she survived except for her comms just a second ago. You have hacked into the inside, but you are literally in between the two turrets.
Okay.
This thing is very tall, and your mechanical instincts tell you as you're kind of looking at it, I mean, because you can see the mechanics right above you as you're digging into the system and trying to cut wires and do your thing. This one may not be able to look down at you.
Yeah, I was kind of counting on that. I know I'm not probably lined up for the other one. So that's why I want to hack this one and try and get it to shoot the other one.
Okay, so
it's like a dog, but
I just wanted to paint the scene a little bit better for you so you have some better context. What would you like to do, sir?
Is computer check, engineering check?
Yeah, give me a computer's check.
That is a 25.
You're hacking into this, and you get the same crazy feedback on your systems as you're kind of quickly trying to look and see if you can't take control of it. And it's really difficult for you to kind of understand what you're seeing here. You've never seen a programming language like this ever before. And you've seen all of the programming languages. You've seen them all. You've worked on every ship and every part, and you've hacked tons of computers. You guys have gone on all kinds of crazy adventures. You've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, frack, I've never seen anything like this before. This stuff is crazy.
It might be Python. Have you tried Python? Maybe C++.
I don't see any snakes.
Okay, just making sure. I don't know what those are. I just know the names. Okay, I'm gonna just sit over here still.
But I think I might have the right tool for this job on my next turn.
Luna! No, I'm sorry. We're in initiative order. Domino! You're moving up. It's going to take you 2 turns to get all the way up there if you're going to keep using these columns.
Yeah, I'm basically going to run up to where Snicked is.
Okay, great. You move up. Scrappy. He doesn't do anything, I'm assuming?
You know what? He'll move me to the other side of the turret so that I have cover from...
Okay. He will move you to the other side of the turret. You will need to break in through this side as well. Sander.
The captain ran away, told us to charge, except I have a floating junk bed heap thing here with Bashul So I'm not going to charge the field with a gurney next to me. It doesn't make any sense. And then the captain came running back again?
Yes.
That's exactly what happened. Verbatim. Verbatim.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Captain, hang on a second. Is Bashul still wearing the amulet?
She is.
I grab the amulet and I give it to the captain. Captain, I have failed you twice so far on this mission, but I think this amulet should allow you to pass between those turrets. You could then put charges or something on those turrets.
Oh, you're a genius. You're a genius.
No, I'm not actually.
This is why you're a brain in a jar. And I put on my turn, I'll do whatever.
Jen, it's your turn.
I'll put the amulet on, and then I'm going to say, all right, everybody, I think I know what I'm doing. Also, Snicked, just another word of advice, might be Java. Might want to check on that. Anyways, I'm going to try something. And I stand up, and I'm just going to just walk towards the laser.
I cover my senses with
and
my
I'm
hand.
just like, I am worthy.
That little orb whips up again near you, next to, as you're kind of walking through the field. Bing!
Hey, it binged.
It turned to green.
Green means go, so... Okay, wait, let's try something now. Sander, you come out. Come on. Come on.
No.
Come on.
I have a patient, Captain.
Luna, what are you doing?
Luna can't really do much from where she's sitting right now. I think she reaches out to the captain. Captain, what would you like me to do?
Santa, come on. Wait, what? What do you? Let's see if this thing will understand us now. Can you come out? See, friend, and I point over at Luna and I just say that, thinking that will work.
Luna is going to climb this pillar because nothing can see her, right? If she's up against it, and just sticks her knives in going up the pillar.
You begin chiseling your way up to the top, madam.
She's going to get on top and sit on the top of the pillar. It's very high up, but in her turns, that's her goal.
Are you going to sit like atop it, or are you going to hang at the top back of it? That's very important.
She's going to keep her knives where they are so that if she needs to drop down, she can hold on to them where she's hidden, but she's going to pop her head up.
Okay. As you pop your head up, you can see this turret that was looking down at you begin to go, and it's taking aim at you. I will give you a reaction to drop back down because I think that should be pretty much a reaction.
Shit. Okay, yeah. She goes, no, Captain. She like goes like that to like touch whatever the thing is. She goes, no, Captain. It is still trying to murder me.
Ah, well, shit.
You quickly drop down. It fires at the top of the pillar where your head was.
Ah!
Give me a reflex saving throw, please.
You can have a
Never mind.
+2.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, so here's what happens. It fires exactly where your head was, which skims the top of this, breaks that front part of the pillar. You are more than safe to take with your cover that you don't end up taking any damage. And you guys can see just rubble explode off the top of this. Domino, as you're moving up you're moving up closer and closer and closer. This chunk of rock about the size of a big beach ball just slams on the ground right next to you as you're continuing to move up quickly.
You hear...
Oh, no.
You hear... Nice, Captain.
The next turret that was locked is this one. This is the turn that is locked up by Snicked. Yes. I cannot hear you, David.
I know. It's not locked up anymore.
It's not locked up. Okay. This one turns, and it looks like it is going to fire on Jet as it goes, and then it turns back over and looks towards the middle of the columns where Domino is kind of running up this direction. That brings us back to Snicked. What would you like to do, sir?
Hey guys, I actually have an idea now.
Hey, Captain, I figured out the language. I pull out a frag grenade and I move back to the hole where I was working, and I pull the pin and shove it in, and then move back to the other side and kind of like.
Oh yeah, what language was it? Was it Python? Was it Microsoft C++?
Roll damage.
It was the language of frag grenade.
I didn't know that one.
Roll damage.
It's only 2 points.
That's it.
What grenades do?
You hear
I'm sorry. These high-tech weapons are a joke.
But you can see one of its you see one of its hydraulic tubes begin to
A little hydraulic tube.
as it is spewing out pretty quickly all over the backside. Snick, do you believe this particular fluid to be flammable? It's on the spot where you were. So again, that's on the outside of the turret. You have moved back to the inside in between the two turrets after you place the grenade. Domino! You can move up and be within about 30 feet. You're basically at the bottom of the stairs, or you can move up to the pillar behind where Luna is, 30 feet above you, dug into the back with her two knives.
Yeah, I want to get to Snicked, so yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay. You can slide all the way up to Snicked, if you so choose.
Is that a double move?
It's going to take all your movement to get there.
Okay.
You slide all the way up to Snicked. Scrap Heap does what, David?
Scrap Heap has a laser pistol, and he's going to shoot the flammable liquid.
Nice.
All right. Too many character sheets in front of me here. That's a 12 to hit.
Saber Dice 4.
Nice.
Flammable liquid.
Whoosh! As you... and it just catches on fire. This liquid begins to burn all around the side of this turret, and it is exposed internals from the grenade. And you can see it...
Try that language, you fracker.
It's getting fried. It may take a moment, but you appear to have potentially disabled this one. Sander, you doing anything in the back?
Just fiddling around with Brashul. Just making sure Brashul doesn't leak out, watching the captain, being grateful that the plan actually kind of worked this time around, unless he takes the amulet off. Don't take the amulet off, Captain.
I have a way better plan.
Good.
Jet!
Yes! Okay. I'm still 300 feet away, right?
You're halfway.
Okay. I don't want to do anything on my turn except get to the lasers.
You can move
Can I
up
do
because
that?
you're taking the most direct line. You can make it all the way to the base of the stairs. That'll put you about 30 feet away from the remaining functional turret.
Is the other turret is not working?
It appears to... It's out of hydraulic fluid on one side, and it's on fire, and it had a grenade explode into its internals after being attempted to be hacked.
Well, shit. Okay. Not gonna work, but it's fine.
I have a plan. No, I don't.
Well, it worked. The plan sufficed on both laser pistols working, and they would shoot each other. Anyways,
I think we all know what your plan was.
yeah, I was gonna get behind the other one, and then I have the other one shoot it, and it would explode. But one's already broken, so it's fine. So I'm gonna look in front of the laser that's currently active, which is currently trying to shoot at Luna, right?
It's looking up at Luna. As you approach, you can see the column, and Luna is like hanging.
Okay, I take the pendant off and I toss it at her. Catch.
Give me a check. You're throwing a necklace 30 feet up in the air to somebody who's hanging onto the back of a stone column with two knives on it. Thus exposing yourself, right? You're no longer going to have the amulet?
Yes.
Are you behind cover?
I'm 5 feet in front of or 10 feet in front of the...
You're right in front of the turret.
Yeah.
Perfect. Luna, give me some kind of a check. I don't care. Give me a dex. Give me a
reflex.
Yes, whatever this system's checks are. Give me that.
I can throw. I have a thrown bonus.
I'm going to give you the throw. Let's just see if she can catch it.
Sweet. 14.
Yeah, you can make it up to her. Luna, can you catch this with the reflex?
What am I catching? I don't understand.
Just give me a reflex. There we go. You're fine. You catch it. Snatch. You have an amulet. You are hanging by one hand on the back of this column.
Captain, if you're not wearing it, will it not shoot you?
I can't look down. And I get right up next to it.
Hey, Captain.
It's like an opposite dog.
He runs. Captain, it just blasted snicked.
About where you're standing now, Jet.
About where you're standing now.
Yeah, well, you could probably kill it better than I can, so kill it fast. And I'm just gonna wait.
I do believe if I fire, it will open fire, but...
Yeah, we haven't tested that yet.
Okay, Captain. And she stands up on the thing. I am a human with the authority to be standing here on this pillar. Accept me as your own. And she just waits with the pendant off, like holding it.
That little orb has been kind of floating around. It comes up. Bing.
Great. She takes a shot. When it's her turn, she's going to take a shot at this thing.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a thing you can do. Chat loves what you've decided here, Jet. Yeah, give me a shot. It's an EAC, right?
Yeah.
16 still. Don't roll a 1.
That's an 11.
That's a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Apparently standing on this column, you thought would be pretty easy, but because it's blown some of the chunks away, you kind of like almost like lose your balance as you step on. It crumbles away a little bit further, and then you kind of maintain your balance. That's going to bring us to the turrets. This turret has realized that this is no longer a threat, and it goes... And it looks right down at you, Jet. Whoa. Give me a reflex saving throw, please, sir.
Okay.
Come on, Fantasy Grounds.
I'm going to get a 4 now that you said that. Oh, shit!
You take half of this.
Okay.
You take 16.
I'm fine.
As you're like, it's not working. And you quickly kind of like dive out of the way before it blasts where you were standing. Rubble and fire erupts around you from the laser's impact. That brings us to the top of the round with Snicked. The other turret during that phase, David... and stopped.
So
you feel
both of them are down, or
the first one is disabled,
but the second one is still up, right?
The second one just almost killed almost killed Jet.
Okay. And in that case, freaking tired of this thing, and I pop out and I'm just going to start try and light it up. But now with those,
that's a natural 1 and a 3. You're You just tell me what happened. Was it what did your gun jam? Is it something that caught some of that fluid on it and caught on fire? Tell me why your gun was so terrible.
Scrap Heap sometimes glitches a little bit, and I told him to go one way and he went the other, totally throwing off my aim. And one of his spider legs might have slipped in the gook.
Fires off on the side, and you are unable to hit this very large target right in front of you. Domino, you're standing next to Snicked. Jet has just been blown away at the bottom of the stairs, and Luna is standing atop of this column about 40 feet away from you.
I rolled. I fucking rolled.
I see that. I see that happening. I am going to this one is still it's functional or not functional. This turret.
The turret that you are standing next to is the one that has caught on fire. It is smoked, and you can smell burnt rubber and internals and this hydraulic fluid that has burst forth from that original grenade. And this one is disabled. The other turret, however, is
how far away is the other one?
30 feet in front of you.
Perfect.
And it is like at perfect height to you. It's right there.
Great. I run to that one. Directly at it. And I am going to use comprehend languages and try to hack it.
Okay, so those are that's a spell and a hacking action. So
yeah, so I get up to it. I get up to it and get to the other side of the barrels, and then I cast comprehend language. And next turn, I will be able to hack it.
I like that.
It doesn't shoot
I will
you.
give you a +4 on your next computer's check to hack that. That's
Sweet.
I like that. That brings us down to Scrap Heap.
All right, Scrap Heap will let loose with a semi-auto pistol, but he only gets one shot because I did stuff. Dirty 20.
Ding, 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 ding. The top of the turret becomes riddled with bullets right above your head, Domino. Yeah, you throw some damage.
Remember the damage.
Sorry, I think it's really funny that the tiny robot just has a semi-automatic pistol. Just like
He's got 2 pistols, by the way.
I like to think he holds them like this.
And
yeah.
a pulse gauntlet. So there's 3 arms and they're all equipped with weapons.
I'm picturing Claptrap with two
Yeah,
pistols.
that's also what I.
It's honestly what I picture. It's like he looks useless, but he's like, now I have guns.
What are you doing, Sander, hiding out in the woods with Brashul? You seem to have aided her quite a bit. She is sitting up at this point and looking at you, terrified.
Right. Well, yes. Clearly, they've got the situation under control. Captain, or any of the crew for that matter, if you are on fire, remember, stop, drop, and roll immediately. We'll extinguish the flames. If any of you require medical assistance, simply raise whatever appendage is still attached to you, and I will try and make my way over to you. But, Captain, unless you have specific orders, I'm going to tend for my patient because she's desperately ill, I say, pushing her head back down onto the table.
Got it.
We have comms, Captain. You don't need to shout.
Jet,
That's right. I forgot.
you're prone at the base of the stairs. Hurt, very hurt.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was my turn.
That's why I said Jet.
Well, I didn't see the turn thing go. The fancy turn counter. Oh, thank you. Now it's my turn.
Okay,
Are you not entertained?
When it's okay, so I'm prone on the stairs. There's a giant laser pointing at me, and I'm about to die.
Yes.
And it's the stupidest decision I've ever made. And
Now, I should make a point. So this is like any pyramid. It has stairs going down the front entrance.
right.
So that stairway might create some cover from the turret on the left, but you would be of absolutely no use to anybody messing with the turret.
What's Luna doing?
She is standing atop a pillar, having fired her gun unsuccessfully at the turret on the left.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Wait. Is she standing on the broken one?
Yes.
she's on the back of it with her knives stuck in.
So I'm next to the broken one, and it shot at me.
You were. You've kind of been pushed forward up into the base of the stairs a little bit more, is the point.
She's on the broken column, not the broken turret.
Got it. Okay, all right.
Did I say turret?
No, that's fine. I don't need to. I can be of use if I'm behind cover. I'm gonna go into cover.
Okay. You roll up to the side of the stairwells. It kind of slopes down at a 45-degree angle, and so
Perfect.
you have cover if you want it.
Yes, I will do that. And then I am going to. Do I have an action? Can I shoot?
Yes, you can do things.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to shoot this thing. I'm assuming it doesn't have an intelligence score. I can't bluff it. It's a turret. I don't think it has a flat-footed AC because it's not trying to dodge.
I have no comment. You can try to do whatever you want to try to do.
Jacob, can you show us again what it's not trying to do?
What? It's not. It's not trying to do this. It's a turret going. Hey, you
Is that how
can't.
you dodge when you?
Yeah, that's all. That's you're just getting shot at, and you just go whoa.
Oh, I just can't wait till we're all at Gen Con together and drinking.
Starfinder comments just a lot of shoulders.
If you guys would like to come
Totally
drink
get it.
with us at Gen Con, I'm kidding. We're not drinking with you. We're doing a panel. But you can all come see us possibly drunk at a panel.
I was going to say,
Link below.
roll it out. Depends how it goes.
Okay, so Jet doesn't have a stat block for his skills, so he doesn't know. So yeah, he's gonna try to bluff the machine. He's gonna find like a rock and he's gonna chuck it and be like, "Here I come!" And he's gonna peer on the side and go pew and try to bluff this thing. I'm gonna roll and see if I can do it. Boop.
You throw the rock, and as you look out, you can see it still looking firmly locked in place where you're standing.
Like,
Charging up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, you fire off a couple shots, or a shot. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna fire both my. Yep.
Yeah,
both of them. Full attack.
Okay, full
My bluff.
attack.
My bluff thing is a part of my attack.
Sure.
It's not sure. It's the actual thing. 1922.
Is this? Oh, this is EAC. Both of those hit against an EAC.
Sweet. All right. So 6 plus 8. That is 14 damage.
As these laser pistols land into the turret's internals. Luna. The turret seems to still be functioning, but not giving a shit about you.
Okay. She's gonna call. She's already up here. No, she's on the ground now. She's not up there because it blasted the top. Sorry. No, she's at the bottom. Who's closest to the farthest turret? Is that
Domino is standing directly under it. Snicked is standing right next to the other turret, about 30 feet away. Jet is at the base of the stairwell, trying to take cover behind the slope in the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, why not? She's gonna pop her head out at the middle one and see if she can disable it.
Okay, well, there's only two, so you want to...
Sorry, the left one. Okay. That's by Domino.
Gotcha.
Hopefully not shooting him, but we don't know. Could happen. Is it? Me too.
That is an EAC hit. Now, do you want to do a full attack? Or...
she's going to... It's a full attack because she's using her...
Okay, and what is your extra ability here?
It is Debilitating Trick. So you need to make a check against my specialization for trick attack.
Natural 20.
It's equal to the DC 20 plus your CR rating. So what's your character's...
You need to make it against my CR. Whenever you see that.
Yeah, with a stealth. So is what I'm going to use at least. 26.
Against this would be successful.
Okay. So it is temporarily disabled until my turn.
Okay.
Hey.
You line up a shot, realizing that it's not targeting you. You take a moment. You look at all of its internals, and you're like, yep, right there. You fire off, and you don't seem to do the same amount of damage as Snick did with his grenade to one of the hydraulic pumps, but you do manage to nick it, and it seems to kind of like, as it's trying to adjust and instantly gets lowered as that pressure is lost. That brings us to this thing. It is going to fire at Snicked as it's trying to turn, and it cannot. That brings us back to the top of the round with Snicked.
All right. Well, Snit is going to use his... I'm only going to take a single attack, so this way Scraps he can take.
This thing is looking pretty rough at the moment, as you guys have riddled it with holes and.
I use my tri-laser tactical pistol once again.
Okay.
Ow! So
for a whopping 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay.
Mom said I was going to shoot.
Domino. If you would like to hack it after casting Comprehend Languages, I'm going to give you a +4 to that computer's check.
Sweet. I could care less about hacking this turret. It's about to explode. But...
That's right. Hack it with bullets.
No. This turret is wired into some kind of temple mainframe, and I want to hack the temple mainframe.
Hack the temple.
I'm going to hack the planet.
It's actually Unicron all along. I knew it.
With your Comprehend Languages and computer check combined. Anybody?
31.
Unsuccessful.
Well,
do
get
not-
fucked.
See any way to get past the initial firewall here. And even with the comprehend languages, you're like, dude, this is crazy complex. So you have a better understanding than what Snick did of kind of like what you're looking at. So, but now that you're past kind of the initial stuff, it doesn't make the actual language itself any less complicated.
Okay. Do I find out that this is in fact wired to the rest of the temple?
You're not even sure. You aren't able to get past the firewall to the point where you could tell, like, yeah, I can hack and get in through all of this stuff.
Okay.
Domino, it speaks grenades.
I can understand what it's saying. I just can't hack it.
Is Scrappy doing anything?
Oh yeah, he is going to double fire with his. Let's use our late. Nah, we'll use the auto pistol. I hit the wrong thing. So the first one is going to miss.
And you're out of ammo.
Oh, that's why. Son of a. Wait a minute. I got a mega thing. Oh, wait a minute. That's different because this is pure. The other thing. Oh, he's got another gun. But I guess it has to be the same one, right? Is that the way that works?
You're just fire off, buddy.
Perfect. I'm like, what's going on? That's like me in real
21,
life.
it hits.
Yes, burn, baby,
Like
burn.
this,
That's
throw me
the
some
Corona
damage.
laser pistol.
As it proceeds to riddle this thing. Asander, are you doing anything? We're on to Jet next.
I'm just waiting for orders, looking after my charge.
Okay, Jet.
All right. So, I see Domino hacking, right? Is he hacking, doing something?
Yes, he is.
Okay, all right. Sander's hiding. Luna is doing what?
I just shot the turret that Domino's
Shot the
standing.
turret, and what is Snick doing?
Shooting it.
Shooting it.
Everybody is shooting it except for Asander. And Domino.
Okay.
And Jet.
On the comms, I say, hey, would it help if you guys were stealthed? Okay, so I shoot it.
Fire away, buddy.
We all look at each other.
Fire away, buddy.
14, 23.
Miss and hit.
Pew pew. 9 damage. 9 laser damage.
Describe how you finish this thing off.
Oh my god! Okay, so I say that into the comms, like, would it help if everybody was stealth? Just silence. Okay, I turn around and I pull up both my guns, and I'm just looking at it as it kind of turns and it starts to do the like whoa thing again, and I just look at it and I take both guns and just pew, and they both go off, and the 2 lasers just hit it right in the front of it, and it kind of implodes and just explodes everywhere, metal everywhere, it just explodes.
I love that description. Domino, give me a reflex save.
Oops. Jet didn't choose that.
18.
You're going to take half of this. You're going to take 2 points of little old damage.
Of
as this thing
explosion damage.
And you try to quickly move away like, oh god, I was hacking it. You unhook and connect from this thing, take 2 steps, and it just explodes behind you as you kind of like fall down on your feet in front of this temple door.
Everyone here is, no, not cool.
Sorry, but I got it. Hey, we did it. Good job, everybody.
Luna's
Is everyone
missed.
still alive? Anyone need medical treatment? Anyone wounded? Anyone injured?
My
All of
parts
us.
hurt.
I'm on my way. I
Luna
grab
has-
the gurney and start running.
Luna has the pendant, and she's just like, we have beaten your puzzle. Hello? And she just kind of is like following this thing that's zipping around, waiting for it to come, like, acknowledge her, I guess. Because people
Actually,
probably, she thinks people might be watching it.
it does zip past you, and as it zips past the amulet, it comes over and it scans the other turret.
I shoot it.
And it begins to fly away and up into a vent. At least it attempts to go before Jet tries to fire into this thing.
I'm firing at this thing.
Up into, you kind of see the temple go as it tries to accept this little orb. Can you shoot it? You cannot, sir.
6 and an 8.
It's so small and quick that you fire off quickly and unable to connect with it.
Ah, well, I tried.
That's not good.
Yeah, damn it. We probably should have killed that thing a while ago.
Is it over? Is it over? Is it over?
Are you okay, Gashul? Gashul? What was your name?
For sure, she's going to be all right, but she does need bed rest for at least 24 hours.
24? We don't have 24 hours. We gotta go.
That's what the rule book says. I can't make these things up, Captain.
I don't care about the damn rule book. I care about getting the fucking Oasis.
Okay. It's okay. She's in a bed right now. It's okay.
I can walk. I can walk. Oh, look at this! And she pulls up a piece of big green leaf as you guys leave the foliage. I'm assuming, Asander. She begins kind of wiping away and smearing away. You realize that in the explosion, that little face that she had drawn on you had become smeared, and so she wipes it away and kind of cleans the front of your visor. It doesn't clean it very well. Instead, it kind of smudges all over the front like a bug in a windshield wiper. And then she's attempting, and she kind of picks another berry up, like she's going to draw on it again. But instead, she puts it back down, and instead she does like the dirty car thing, where she like draws the face in, like as a negative, in the smear. And eyebrows.
Thank you. Sure.
We should probably move quickly. That's going to alert.
What
Probably.
if it repairs the turrets? What if it does something to attack us? We can't rest down here.
Those were not in my dreams. Those weren't in my dreams at all. All of my dreams did not have those things. I don't know what they were, but they were big, scary monsters.
It's because you had the amulet that didn't attack you.
I think
But I've
these
never-
are connected to the entire temple. I was trying to hack the whole temple.
You were... Domino, you were trying to hack the whole temple?
What does
Yes.
that mean? Hack
That's
the
bloody
temple.
genius. Try it again.
I can't. You exploded it.
Did not explode the temple. I exploded the turret.
That's what I was trying to hack it
Inside
from.
the temple while we have the amulet and it's still activated before they deactivate it, Captain.
On the front.
Yeah,
of the
moving
temple
towards the door.
Yeah, we
on the
should just go.
front of the temple door, you see these carved into each of the doors. Ironically, where a lot of this was made of metal, you can see that these doors here are actually made of stone. They might be infused with metal. They might have metal bars placed around it and kind of baked in like a concrete foundation, but they appear to be stone. Finely chiseled stone as well.
This is it. This is a symbol to Oasis. We found it.
Modified symbol of Oasis, yes.
I poke it.
Perhaps the medallion needs to be brandished. Luna, you're in front.
Oh, yes.
Put them together.
She takes it off and places it.
As you do, you can see a little light and piece of metal kind of comes sliding out from the stone, and it does that same similar like scan to each of you. As the doors kind of split and slide down into the base. In front of you is a large, dark stone temple. I mean, it's exactly what you think it is. You've seen video games with things like this. You've seen movies with dark, ominous things like this, and it's a little on the nose, if you will.
You guys ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
There's definitely going to be booby traps. Scrappy, take to the ceiling.
Scoom, scoom, scoom. These huge stadium lights begin to flick on, lighting up, and you can hear the warm buzz from them as it lights up all the way down this corridor into a pristine, clean, immaculately constructed set of metal doorways that seem to slide. In front of them is a small little, like black carpet is not really the right answer, almost like one of those little rubber mats you might see, kind of laid out in front of it. The doorway goes probably about 30, 40 feet back. That was awesome. It was like magic did that. Did you see that? And I don't know what these are. And she like grabs one of Snick's guns. I have to have one of these. These are awesome. They are so awesome. I've never seen this. What is this? Can I have one? Do you have extras for me? Like this mask?
You're probably going to end up blowing your face off with that.
I won't.
Captain, do I have permission to sedate this creature?
Please.
No. She begins slapping at your hands, Sandra.
No. And Domino begins to try to pick her up off the thing and put her on his head.
Sedate the creature.
Don't sedate me.
Don't sedate her.
Sedate her with kindness.
Don't sedate Brushul the Wise.
Okay. Yes, Brushul the Wise.
She sticks her tongue out at you guys.
I'm Domino the robot.
I'm Jet the Smith.
I agree. Perhaps we should leave her conscious. She might know things. But stop touching my stuff.
I'm not touching it, and you can see her kind of like scratching at the back of her head with her leg. On
All right,
Domino, you
guys.
can feel her shaking pretty violently as she does this.
All right. We've got a long hallway with a lot of doors and a lot of lights, probably a lot of traps. So, do we want to try to, walk through it, just try to dodge them, or do you want to try to hack the temple and try to disable them?
Well, Captain, you're our leader. Lead.
I think we're cut out for either thing.
Captain, I would advise that we find a place to rest for a while. The exertions the crew have been under have been significant. You were blown up.
I look down. I have burns. Yeah, but we have to keep moving. If we waste any time, we might risk our ability to find Oasis. We have to keep pushing on.
Why do y'all keep saying Oasis?
This is Oasis.
Oh, this? Oh, wait. Where's my
this
necklace?
place, it leads to some place called Oasis. It's something that we've been looking for a long time. It's a myth, a fabled legend.
Right, it's in my dreams.
Right, yeah. And we're after it. There's also a lot of other people after it. And if we wait, they might show up. So we're kind of clearing the path for them. So let's push on. Let's see if we can test this this hallway here. Is there anything else here? Like you said, there's doors.
It looks like a big stone hallway
Got it.
with a set of like a metal wall at the back, like it's
Got
a different
it.
material,
Okay.
and a set of metal doors.
A set of metal doors on the metal wall.
Yeah, like at the back. So like this part of the temple, whatever this is, the structure is like stone. And you could see like the outside of the temple actually was, parts of it were metal, but like the stairwell leading up was stone. It looked like the stone dais around the entrance to the temple was all made of stone, but those turrets, not stone, seemed to kind of pop up with like a metal or with like a stone cover to them.
All right. Domino, could you create a robot that could go down the hallway? Maybe trigger anything that might be waiting to kill us?
No.
All right. Well, you could always have Luna and I.
There's the medbot.
Well, we need the medbot, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, then. Luna, you're pretty good at dodging.
It depends.
I don't want
what
to
I'm
risk your life, but I will go with you. Do you want to try to brave the tunnel?
Shouldn't only one person with the amulet go ahead, Captain?
Well, yes. Okay, well, all right.
I'll do it.
Goes down.
Isn't the amulet gone?
I'll do it. Please.
No, you just-
Can I do it? And she's like leaning on Domino's head. And she's like leaning out, trying to grab at
I look
Luna.
at everybody. Yeah, let's let Bashul do it.
No.
Or why not?
Captain, might I have a word with you in private?
She just got shot out by a laser.
I go off to the side outside the temple with the sander. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
creatures-
My headphones cut out just now.
Well, all I said was I'm going outside of the sander.
Okay.
These creatures seem to have been here for a certain amount of time. They can't remember beforehand anything that's happened.
Right.
This Bashul mysteriously wakes up with this amulet and has bizarre dreams of the temple. Is it possible that these are a form of biological scouts for the actual temple itself, completely unaware of what's going on?
I am aware.
Somehow.
I know things.
We went outside. We're away from her. We want to make sure she can't hear us.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
In which case, perhaps we shouldn't be telling her all of our plans.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Could just be a spy for the temple. Don't know what's
I could be completely wrong, Captain. I have had a habit of being wrong this last day. I apologize.
Right. I don't trust
I've
Rashul
terrible.
anyways. So, all right. Domino won't let it go, though. So I don't know what to do about that.
Simply, we chat on a private channel only.
All right. We have to get through here. We have to keep going on, and I don't want to risk everybody's lives going down the tunnel. So I go back inside and I say, Luna, do you think you can brave the tunnel?
Yes.
All right. Good luck. If you die, I'm sorry.
Please keep your comms on.
Make sure you have that amulet on.
Dazzling Deviant, do you think this would take at least 10 minutes to sort out?
To do what?
To spend my stamina point and regain my fatigue. Or my stamina points.
If you want to rest right here in the doorway, you certainly can.
Because it's only 10 minutes and we have to spend the point and we get back our...
Sure. You may take a short rest.
I may do that as well.
You spend one resolve point and you get back how much stamina?
All of it.
Oh, what? I'm doing that. I didn't know you can do that.
Read the book.
Actually, Luna's going to get a head start.
Sorry, Dave.
What'd you say, Luna?
She's going to get a head start while they rest, scoping it out with the amulet
Okay,
in
so
the sewers.
you go down the hallway and nothing happens. You get down to the end. In front of the doors. The doors open.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm going to walk down the hallway, and I'm going to go first and see if any trap fucks me up, it'll fuck me up first. I'm just going to go down.
You step. You step. You step. You step, 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 step.
And you're dead.
And you make it to the...
I did it. Just the ceiling. Just
GG, guys. I hope you enjoyed Oasis. All right.
Those looked a lot like spikes.
All right, everybody come down. All right, everybody come down.
Okay, let's go. And she's like rocking on the back of your head, Domino, excited. You kind of hear her go at the top.
What's down there?
I don't know. I think my dreams.
No, not you.
My dreams are down there.
Oh.
And she puts her head like she leans down, like she's gonna preen herself in certain areas, and she puts her face right up next to wherever your red eye is. All of my dreams have been leading to this.
Oh. Captain, what's down there?
Cody, what's down here?
The doors open up into another.
Are you
corridor.
making fun of me?
I keep thinking of cool. All right, cool.
Combo breaker.
Monster kill.
Another hallway.
Another hallway. It's another hallway.
Luna goes first. She'll just, Captain, you don't look great. I mean, you look great, but you don't look great.
Oh, no, it's okay. I took a minute rest and now I'm fine. I just have a tiny burn right here.
As she's looking down, all of my dreams are here. I don't know what. And you, Domino, you have a great view of this because nobody else can see this. So all of these little fox-like creatures, these Grethros or whatever they want to call themselves, all of them have these bright purple eyes. And you know that all of them are blue except for Brashul. Brashul, for some reason, was cream-colored. She appeared to be much older.
She's green now.
Oh, that's right. She painted her face green.
She's green today.
She painted her face green because she liked green. Her eyes shift from this purple into like this big, bright amber color. And you can see her pupils dilate really, really wide. And she begins screaming, "No, no, 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 no!" And she's reaching up towards Luna. You're several feet away from Luna as Luna begins to press into the next room.
Yeah, I shout out, Luna, wait.
Luna stops with her right foot hovering in the air. She's standing straight up and just stays there.
You've only moved about 5 feet into this next corridor. And again, these big lights are all the way down.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Brashul started yelling, and her eyes changed color.
No, 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 no.
I hear it.
Like that.
You can't. Don't.
She sounds like you.
We can't. What can't
No!
we do?
I think she's green.
With this. And she's trying to make gestures.
Oh, it's a crushy thing.
Is the ceiling gonna fall?
Yes.
Danger! Demon door!
The demon door.
Okay, all right. Bashul, thing. Calm down.
I've seen this before in a dream. I've seen this before. And I've seen this before. And she's trying to pull you over to one of the lights.
Okay,
like a
what
horse.
happens next when you walk down this hallway in your dream?
That one. And she points at the second light from the end of the doorway.
Okay.
That one. Go.
What about it?
Go. And she tries to get Domino to move her over that direction.
He does.
She goes up to it, and she puts her hand on it. Hot. Hot. And she begins taking off her little shawl that she has, and she grabs the top of it,
Should we be allowing this to happen?
and she slides it down.
Oh.
And
Sandra, I'm
behind
just
it
curious.
is a small little switch.
Wait. What happens when you pull that switch?
Anything.
She pulls it,
Oh, fuck.
and 3 inches from your foot, the tip of your toe, you see the hallway in front of you. Skoosh, 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 with these huge bladed sheets that
You
would
hear
have
Luna.
easily spliced you in half. And they just
You hear
slam.
Luna under her
Doom,
breath.
doom, 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 doom.
That does not look good, Captain.
See?
Hey, what are you?
A crushy thing.
Demon door! I saw it.
It looks like you just activated it.
Oh,
No. If Luna went inside, it would have activated.
How?
she would have
It's a-
died from the demon door. Pretty sure.
Even Snick said it. This place is loaded with traps.
All right.
I
She
had
looks
dreamt
over-
of this.
She looks over to Yoda. Question. How do we get through?
So many traps there are.
I don't know.
Are there any other traps like this anywhere down here?
Full of traps, the temple is.
This is such a strange place. I've been here before. I walked it in a dream.
Dexterity check you must make.
Can I?
Fuck you, Michael.
Are there any other routes to go down here?
Not that you see, but after a few moments, while you guys are kind of talking about what to do next, you see them begin sliding up and resetting very slowly.
Luna takes something out of her. No, she goes over to Domino, and would she know how to
Not my
open up
shit.
your chest cavity, like to get the scrap out, like because you do it all the time?
Yeah, it's like a 1990s video cabinet where you just click, click, and it pops open.
That's great.
Okay, she pulls out a remote, click, click, and your chest opens. She reaches in and takes one out and goes boop, boop, just to lock it, just in case. And then throws it down the hall once it's reset on the ground in front of her where it was.
On the inside of his chest cavity.
Sink.
She looks back to the doc and the captain and goes, I believe in facts. That would have killed me.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, I'm just unsure.
What are we doing?
Hey, Domino, can you do the mind thing that you do with the temple and talk to it and maybe turn that off?
You can talk to the temple.
Oh. Maybe.
Captain, well, he talks to machines all the time. I mean, I'm good with him, but he talks to them.
Said he couldn't hack into the temple because we destroyed the turrets.
Yes, you destroyed it.
There is a switch there. It perhaps might interface.
That's true. Yeah. Why don't you try from there?
Yeah,
Is there another
that port?
Is there another? Actually, you know what? I cast a spell. I cast
magic.
tech.
The opposite sconce, I'm calling it a sconce, I know it's a light fixture, beams up.
Cool. I go walk over to the opposite sconce and see what that's about.
You slide it down,
Yeah.
and behind it you see another scanner.
Oh. Like a hand scanner or like a medallion?
One of those little like 3D clock things with the lasers.
Got it. I reach over towards Luna and I say, please, can I have the medallion?
She hands it to you.
And he puts it over the top of Bershul and then picks her up like a child and holds her in front of the scanner.
You hold her in front
Yeah,
of the scanner?
like she's in front of my face.
Who has the amulet?
She does. I put the amulet on Bershul.
You see it. All of the metal sheets in front of the doors begin lighting up, or like pulling back up. Then the scanner goes much further than it did, and it scans everyone here in the corridor. You see one of the panels slide open. Two little quick sprays of purple mist, kind of pouring out like a spray, but it hits very targeted Brashul. What was that? What was that?
Temple doesn't like you.
I don't feel so good.
Put her on the gurney.
She's getting lighter in your hands, Domino.
She's getting lighter?
Lighter?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
She's getting lighter and lighter.
She's getting tinier?
And she turns to you, and you can
Put
see
her on the
her
table.
hand is fading.
Oh, no. And I grab the medallion and I take it off as I put her on the table.
As you reach for the medallion, you see her, like, literally, as you touch it, she bursts into dust.
Roll feels so good.
And she's gone.
Oh, no.
I quit.
Captain, treat yourself. Purple mist, really bad. That really sucks. I liked her.
Boom! The door at the front of the temple slams closed. And you can hear... And it sounds like several large locks and bars are engaging.
What the hell was that? Where'd she go? What happened?
I suspect she will be reconstituted by the structure and returned to the tribe, Captain.
Really?
Everything that we've seen so far has been designed to allow access only to this point with that particular medallion. But the structure obviously doesn't want her to go any further into the temple. As a result, when she uses the medallion to activate the door, it vaporizes her, reconstitutes her elsewhere, and sends her
She's
back
going
to
to
the
wake
shrine.
up. She's going to think the whole thing is a dream, and she can't get
Correct.
far enough. Otherwise, she'll lead people too far. Makes perfect
I
sense.
believe so, Captain.
Well then, you
Captain.
were right.
Domino, you should take heart. You did not just incinerate that obnoxious creature.
Frankly, I'm glad she's gone.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, I'm going to head back and pick her up again.
No, don't. It's not going to let her. Don't
The
disobey
doors are
the
sealed.
temple.
Domino.
I have a really important question. If we get reconstituted and get sent back there, will we be Fox people too?
Maybe.
It's a theory I don't want to test out, Captain, to be perfectly honest with you.
I don't want to either. We need to be extra careful.
Oh, doctor. If
You
you
might
get
be onto something.
reconstituted into a Fox person, then you'll be a biological person again.
That's what I'm just thinking right now, as a matter of fact. Captain, if we have time and my theory proves correct in terms of the reconstitution of the body, do you think we might be able to find that in here? If we have a chance to look for that?
Find what? Exactly.
Whatever chamber we're theorizing exists that reconstitutes these creatures.
Maybe if we find it. We'll have to check everywhere. I don't think the temple's just going to lead us there, though. This place, it seems alive. Think about it. It's using biological creatures to get around its defense systems. It can reconstitute different things. We saw that giant dragon-like creature earlier that was much bigger than it should be. I feel like this place can think. I think it knows we're here. I don't think it's just going to tell us all of its secrets.
Domino, does that sit with what you detected when you were trying to hack into the system?
I am forlorn.
You have no need to be forlorn. The creature's not dead.
Yes, but I like that one. I was going to take it on my ship.
We'll buy you a plushie next time we're at Ascalon. How about that?
I don't want a plushie. I can't talk to them.
You'd be amazed at what they've done with synthetics these... Wait.
No, I wouldn't. Have you been reading my emails?
No.
That's my job.
Why? What emails have you been reading?
None of them.
None of them?
None of them.
You've just said it's for your job to read emails.
No, I didn't.
Did everybody else hear that he just said that's his job?
The comms are broken.
Domino, I can hear you making the noise.
I stopped listening a while ago.
It's more of a hobby, Isander. He is what... you see her eyes kind of flicker for a second as she's like going through her memory banks and all these different years of like knowing humans. Peeping Tom, I believe, is what humans used to call it.
You read our private email?
Hey, wouldn't that make him a peeping domino?
Yes.
Domino, look, when we get out of here and we find Oasis, maybe we can go back and see if we can rescue these poor creatures from this place. We can take them with us.
Oh, no. I just want the fun one.
Okay.
The other ones were really annoying.
That's what you take out of that entire tribe? You take that one?
You save.
Yes.
We'll save Brishul.
Yes.
All right. We'll do our best then. But for now, we have to continue.
He leans over to Isander and says, I'm the ship's antivirus.
Isander,
Some of
still
those
is covered.
subscriptions, they are automatic. I didn't choose to receive that. I unsubscribe every month.
Isander says as he is still covered in the berry jelly with the negative face drawn on.
He just looks angry all the time.
Not negative like that. Negative like a photo. Like she did it in negative instead of drawing it the first time because it smeared. You guys are sitting in between two corridors.
All right. Berg Infinity, let's continue. I'm going to turn. I'm going to keep walking, and then I'm going to realize, wait, maybe Luna should go first. And I'm going to say, Luna, continue walking.
With the amulet, although I suspect it no longer has much.
Amulet's
gone.
gone.
Oh, amulet's gone. I walk. I just go.
You walk.
Luna tries to keep up. Can I take little pieces of scrap, like little guys, just to chuck, pick up, just to make sure we don't step into the trap? Is there anything I can do?
Absolutely, you can do that, Luna.
I can just make scrap out of nothing.
Is looking for traps like perception, I guess?
It can be. It's also investigation if you are looking over something very specific.
That's
That-
not a thing.
Would be
We-
interesting if that was
We don't have that particular.
That's not a skill.
We're not trained as detectives.
You guys don't
Can
have
I-
investigation in this?
No,
No.
that's not a skill.
Can I
guess
keep an eye
removed it.
open for any like hatch or anything, like a maintenance hatch or
Yes.
something?
You are using your perception for everything. I didn't realize they removed investigation. Jesus. Yes, you certainly may.
I said 20, dirty 20.
You don't seem to notice anything. You definitely notice the seams up top. And with your keen eye, now that you kind of know what you're looking for, you actually realize that there are several small, very tiny, like not even nanny cam, like tiny little sensors in some form or another built all along the sides here. And that's probably what tripped it, more so than like a pressure plate.
Luna will point every time she passes one. Ascender, that is how it saw. And she just keeps walking and pointing at each one as she goes.
Snick, do you have any way of combating that?
As I come up to them, I can short them for a round.
But we'd have to see them first. Captain, maybe that might make more sense, as if Snick were in front to then deactivate these sensors.
Snicked, if you take a moment to kind of gander at them, you realize, oh yeah, they're lasers. It has a sensor on the other side. The second that laser line is broken, it trips. Very, very common.
Yeah, they're sensors, they're lasers. You break the line, boom, trap goes off. We should not do that. So are they basically aimed at like kind of the floor level?
They're across from each other.
Okay, so I will just stick to the ceiling and then crawl along the ceiling. And when I get to the end, I will see if there's like something to deactivate it over there.
As you get to the end, Jet's already walked down the hallway.
Oh, all right, never mind.
So you can certainly do all of that. That's not an issue at all. Jet,
But he's got the amulet on. No one has the
No one
amulet.
No, the amulet's gone.
We're all like, it's safe down here. And you're like, I don't trust you. I just gotta go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jet, as you approach the doors, they just open for you.
Robust lie and
Like,
just an idiot.
just like a grocery store, man. As you get close, they just open up.
It's just like a grocery store. Okay, now, all right. And I just continue.
In front of you is a very barbaric looking room. Barbaric in the technology. The awesome lights that had been set up, they're not in this room. Instead, as you kind of walk into it, you see several like stone pillars with big bowls that sort of light up and cast a fire to actually illuminate the area. And so it's illuminating it. It's not terribly great because the room appears to be pretty significant in size. On the other side of the room is a simple looking door. It's not a double door, it's just one door, and it has a bit of like the structure itself is very simple. It has a little bit of ornate kind of like decoration going around it. You can see in each of the four corners, kind of like bordering the door, several of these squid-like creatures, very similar in appearance to the totems that you saw when you first broke through here to the mist. But that's not what catches your eye. The first thing you see is laid out all across the floor in between you and the door, and you guys can walk around them, are several small pools of black liquid that has been laid out in 9 perfectly neat squares. On top of each one of these is a little stone walkway from your point of view. There's a little stone walkway and a little column, little pillar, little dais right there with a flat stone surface. And sitting atop 8 of these around the center one are these little gemmed squid-like pendants, almost kind of long. They are made in the form of what you would think like one of these squid-like people are, right? So it's carved like that, but it's very flat. And the gems inside of each one appear to be kind of in the center, where their head is.
Okay.
In the centermost column, so this is kind of a 3x3. In the centermost column is a plain book. Just a plain, maybe leather or whatever form of leather it was made out of, book.
Okay, so there's 9 pools of black water.
Mm-hmm.
And then around it is a stone walkway.
Yeah, like kind of up through the middle of it. So imagine it's like a little water fountain, right? So it's like a little
Okay.
water fountain. It's very low to the ground.
Okay.
And then there is enough stone walkway on the front end of it for you to walk up to whatever's in the middle.
Okay.
And then on the middle is this little dais with each of these golden keys or pendants or whatever laid out. Each of them has a different colored jewel inside of it.
Okay,
In
so
the
it's kind of like
middlemost is a
circular.
book. Yeah, so like it's a 3x3 square, right? So they're kind of laid
Got it.
out 3. So there's 3 here, then there's another one, and then the book, and then another one, and then closest to the door is 3 more.
Okay. So inlaid into the like fountain thing in the middle is gems.
Each one of these pillars has this golden squid-like pendant with a gem embedded into it. Each of
Okay.
the gems are different colored.
And there's a book.
And there's a book in the centermost one.
I look at everybody and I say, I think it's a puzzle. I go over to the book.
Captain,
Yep. All stuff.
before you enter into this space, Domino's, Snick, Lahuna, can you see any? Is there technology involved here? This seems very arcane in comparison to what we have previously been through. Almost as
Magic
if
shit.
this is either a trap of some kind or an ancient shrine that's been entombed within the temple. I don't feel. Does it feel like we've walked enough corridor that would be in the center of this pyramid thing?
No.
It certainly doesn't seem to have a place of
You're
prominence.
walking towards the middle, but you don't feel like this is... this was a much larger structure than, than this being immediately in there.
I think Luna would walk over, beep boop, take another big piece of scrap that like baseball size, and beep boop, lock it again, and chuck it at this thing. Not to break it, but just like at the base to hit something that would maybe set off a trap if there were a trap.
So like one of the columns in the middle of
Yes.
these black pools.
Yep.
Yeah, you do that, clunk. It actually rolls down into the black liquid and appears to float there, which is very strange for scrap metal.
That's
This must be a
incredible.
very, very dense liquid underneath.
I would reveal my findings, but I think it's obvious.
Cody, I want to walk over to these black pools. These are the pools are square.
Yeah, it's just like a
And
little
the, and the columns in the middle of each one of them. Okay, I want to get to one and I want to lay down.
Okay.
And like hang my head over the side so that my head is like inches from this liquid. And I would like to use, I think it's either physical or life science. I want to identify what the hell this is.
Let's see your roll.
Sure.
You pick.
20.
Here's what I will tell you. You're not sure what it is, but you do know what it isn't. Based off of your knowledge of the known elements in the universe, this is nothing you've seen before. Maybe it's magical in nature, but as far as like, is this liquid gold? Is this, platinum? Whatever. None of that jumps out at you. You're like, no, this is unlike anything I've seen. And in fact, as you begin to kind of move your head closer to examine it without touching it, you can see it almost pulling up, like it's trying to almost touch you, or maybe even is magnetic in some form.
Oh. Yeah, he stands up and looks back to everyone and says, the liquid is sentient.
What? It's sentient?
Yes. It tried to touch me.
It's gross.
It tried to touch you.
My face.
Guess what, Cody?
What?
I go over to the water
Okay.
and I poke it.
Captain.
I'm having a lot of deja vu with black goo and you touching it.
I should
No,
know
an
that.
obvious solution, and it is to poke
What do you
it.
touch it with?
This is not a
My
substance
finger.
known to man.
As you touch it with your finger, you feel a sharp pain. As you pull your finger back, you have lost part of your finger. It is eaten through absolutely everything. Your glove and your finger is on absolute fire. This is the sharpest, most immense pain you have ever felt in your life. Almost
Luna-
like instant lava. It is just gone. Staring back at you is a not bleeding, but very, very scorched stub where the remainder of your finger was. And there's bone and sinew and bits
Are the
of where that
veins
finger used to be.
cauterized? Is it bleeding? Because I rush over immediately, Captain, and I grab your hand. The wound, has it been cauterized or is it still bleeding?
It's been cauterized.
This is incredible. Hang on. A mild local anesthetic.
I mean, Jet, it hurts, dude. You just had your finger basically like if you would have dipped it in acid that ate through it.
Luna's
And the
going to be,
anesthetic
check the
doesn't
suit,
help?
please.
It doesn't numb it?
Check the suit. It needs to be airtight.
What did you say, Asander?
The anesthetic doesn't numb it at all?
Just barely. Just barely. It doesn't seem
It's
as
not-
effective.
It's still hurting, Captain?
Yeah! You're gonna don't poke the fucking shit! Just ate my finger!
Why would you do that anyway? You don't know what it is. You just
I
stick your fingers
tried to
in it.
tell you.
I'm like, what? I didn't think it was gonna just dissolve my fingers!
The scrap metal that Luna threw at one of the columns is still floating.
Luna.
But it ate the metal! It ate through
Luna
the...
will, how far is it to the middle?
I mean, it's one room. You can walk. I mean, wherever.
Can I jump over the black goo?
You can walk. It has like a walkway halfway through the pool. Do you
Oh,
understand?
okay. Yeah, she walks across to the pillar to get a closer look at all this stuff.
Yeah. So on the pillar, you see basically these. You see a golden piece of squid-like structure for some sort of squid-like creature, and it has all these long tentacles pulled back, and it's really like one big flat piece. In the middle of it is a gem. The gem that you see in front of you is ruby.
Okay. And there's no writing or anything like that anywhere.
Not that you can see. Not on the
Um,
key, not on the dais, nothing.
Can she stick her finger, her pinky, like the very, very tip of her pinky in this goo?
You tell me, how organic are you?
Not very much. It's mostly the fleshy fake, what's it, like the fake flesh material covering just metal.
Eats away everything and exposes the metal.
Okay.
However far and much you dip into it.
Well, it's not pain based, so it's just ruining her body. So she pulls it out and says, inorganic material, and dips it again a little bit farther just to show them. And now just the top of her pinky from here is showing in metal.
Okay.
Is the pain spreading, Captain?
Is
Does it
it?
feel like it's extending to your hand?
No. It's just. I don't think it's infected. Just hurts a lot. Okay, so what we got any ideas what this thing is? You know, black goo. Cody eats fingers.
So I know this is like ancient technology from an ancient race of squid people, right? But this seems pretty analog. Can I see if there's some kind of like ritualistic component to this? Is this some kind of like arcane? Does this mean anything? Like this array of gems mean anything?
Here's what I can tell you is that nothing in your memory banks or anything you've studied. I mean, dude, nothing strikes. I mean, you would remember something like, hey, there's a strange or, liquid material that is not probably on our known periodic
No,
table.
I'm sorry. I mean like the squid gems and the book thing. Like this looks ornamental, if not religious in some kind of way.
Yeah. Give me a... What check are you proposing?
Mysticism. That's the religious check.
Okay.
23.
You have known cultures to use different gems in religious manners, and something about that is significant to you. But this, I mean, you're staring at a door across from you. So you do have some information that, yeah, in some cultures, these gems are significant in different. I mean, you could recall a dozen different rituals of.
Sure.
There's a marriage ritual. Here's a birthing ritual. Here's a preening ritual. Stuff like that of different races and cultures. But nothing strikes you as far as like what these gems might mean for this.
Okay. In that case, like knowing that there's so many different ways that the gems can be used, I just stride over and pick up the book.
You pick up the book.
What
Does
does
it
it
have
say?
a pole? How deep is these pools?
On the cover, Domino,
Mm-hmm.
it is embossed with that same Oasis symbol.
What's inside of it?
As you open it up, it's analog. This is not digital. This is like old school. This is paper, which is kind of strange to read because there's not a lot of books left. Most information is given out digitally at this point. This is a book of stories. It appears to have several different chapters in it, each talking about different tales of these 8 different individuals. As you flip through to one of them, you realize that the chapters are broken down into ruby, emerald, amber, onyx, sapphire, diamond, amethyst, and garnet. And you kind of look around and you can see the keys are like, oh shit, ruby, emerald, sapphire, onyx. You can see all of these different gems around here.
How big is the plinth?
It's not very. It's 24 inches by 24 inches or so.
Can I sit on it?
Sure.
So Domino walks over, picks up the book, opens it for a second, and then you just see him like position himself on top of it, and then hold the book very, very close to his face, and then begin to move it. And then you see him flip the page, and then do it again, and then do it again. And I'm scanning the book.
You begin to scan the book.
Very cool.
Did you find something, Domino?
This book is analog. I'm fixing that.
What does the book contain?
Stories.
About?
I think they're heroes.
Does it explain how to open the door?
Not yet, but all of the chapters are named after gems, and all of the gems are right here. And he points to the other gems.
Is this something we got to do with these gems?
I don't know.
Are the gems in the same order as the chapters?
I don't know. I have to read the book.
It could simply be a burial chamber, Captain, that memorializes the individuals in the book. You read the book to learn the stories of the individuals.
Right.
The dark sludge underneath them could simply represent that they have returned to the void. It is quite a remarkable setup, if that is the case. Even if it isn't the case, still remarkable setup. Can I take a sample of this black stuff back with us to the...
Yeah, go ahead. Take some of the black goo. They ate my finger. Great. Yep, take it.
Well, once we know what it is, Captain, we might be able to...
Put it in a water pistol. We can shoot it at people and take away their fingers.
That's a remarkable idea in terms of weaponization, Captain.
Yeah, I'm suggesting it.
You seem a little bitter.
What?
You seem a little bitter.
A little bitter? Yeah, I lost my fucking finger!
Well, you did stick it in a place you didn't know. It was like that time on Centauri 3 where we went into the whorehouse, and I was like, just don't go sticking your fingers anywhere.
That was completely different.
That one time
That
on the
was a medical examination.
Excuse me. I'm reading.
You're scanning. You don't need ears to do that.
It's
Sarah, what are you guys?
You know what? I'm just going to turn these off.
Touching the gems.
What are you doing, Snicked?
Touching the gems. Maybe it's like a control panel.
Which gem do you touch?
Whatever's to the farthest left of
You
where
pick up an amethyst. Sadness. You know that it's sadness because Domino, while you're in the middle of scanning the book, it immediately slams closed and opens back up in your hand, forcing itself open onto this chapter.
Do I notice this happen?
Oh yeah, you can stop
I am
scanning
touching
it,
all the
and you
gems
hear,
now.
like it kind of like slam closed like a book, and it.
Come on, man.
As long as you're holding this, Domino, you cannot flip the pages.
Cody, can I get up, go to the other gems, and pick one out?
Yes, you can. As soon as which gem do you pick up?
The onyx.
As you pick up the onyx gem, the book slams closed.
Okay.
Domino,
I put it back in.
You cannot open the book.
I put
For crying out loud.
I put it back in.
It opens back up to the amethyst one since Snicked is still holding it.
Okay, got it. I close it again. I open it. I close it. And I do this like 3 or 4 more times. Just like, just doing it to Domino.
Domino slides off the plinth.
It's so strong. It's a magical force, Domino. So even with your robot arms, you can't even not do it as the book is opening and closing.
Okay, that made me feel better. I'm sorry.
Domino slides up the plinth and he cups a hand and he puts the cupped hand in the black goo.
No. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do it.
As you pull your hand out, Domino, it has a very Terminator feel to it as well. Where all of the organic and fake material has burned away.
His only fake material is apparently his heart. That's what Sandra said. He's completely a robot except for his human heart.
Domino, you on this the story here for the Amethyst of Sadness, because this is a part of the that you've already kind of scanned. The short of it is that this is a tale of some halfling who learned of his friend's demise after falling into a pit of magical lava. This tale ends with him finding the means to fulfill any wish, yet his friend's spirit refusing to return to him.
This one's boring. Put the next one down. Pick up a new gem.
Emerald.
The book opens up to greed. The greed of a man who could never be satisfied, which led him to take multiple wives and a husband. This led him to a life on the run, forced to leave everything that he had earned behind.
What's that one about?
This one is about a prostitute?
Okay. Where's this getting us?
I don't know.
Okay. Garnet.
As you pick up the garnet one, it says shame. The tale of a man who was ashamed of his gifts, serving as a disappointment to his entire family and forcing him to leave his life behind. This tale ends with him finally at peace with who he is, a capable warrior in his own rights.
Any clues?
No.
Just another story.
Just a story.
These whole stories have to mean something, don't they? Put it back.
It could just be a catalogue of heroic events that have been conducted by these strange...
That's what it seems like, but then what? Why won't the door open?
Have you tried to open it?
I walk in front of the door.
Yeah, as you go up to the door, you can see that so it has these kind of squid-like things in the middle. As you kind of get closer to it, you can see it's got this little box. It's just like a little square box, kind of what's the word, embossed into it, and then behind that is a symbol of these, like the shape of each of these keys.
Got it. I thought the door was just going to open, and I was about to leave. I turn around and go back to everybody, say, "Yeah, there's gem-sized holes in the door."
How many holes are there?
I'll go count.
There is one. It's just this little box with like a little round thing in the middle.
All right, we got to pick one of the gems, put it in the door, and it's got to be the right one. And I think that opens the door.
Yes, well, I'm trying to read all the stories, but you keep picking them up.
But I didn't know where that was going.
Domino, are you going to read these one by one?
I'm trying to, yes, while scanning them.
What would you like?
He'll read them out loud as he scans them.
What would you like next? Ruby, Amber?
Just go in order of
Sure.
the chapters.
The Ruby one is of anger, the tale of a daughter who was furious with her father, forced to live many lives against her will in order to serve him for eternity. This anger led to her death, along with her father's imprisonment. The Emerald one, you've already read, that's of greed. The Amber is of love, the undying love of a woman who left everything behind to be with the wild man who saved her. This led her to the ends of the known world, and ultimately alone. Onyx is of fear, the fear of a man who believed his life was meant for much greater things, yet he was surrounded by people who made him question that belief. Ultimately, this drove him into an insane bargain with a dark god.
Is this the fucking Caro stones?
Sapphire, Joy, the tale of a half-orc who had spent his life with no real family of his own, finding companions whom he believed loved him. The end of his journey led him to betray his closest friend as his family battled to the death. Diamond is of anticipation, the tale of a traveling merchant who was convinced to abandon his trade goods to join a quest for glory and gold. His tale ends with him surrounded by children and strangers as they are annihilated by waves of ferocious enemies. He never earned a single penny.
This is great. This is great.
And finally, I guess that would be all of them because you guys have already read Amethyst, which is...
I go back to Garnet and pull it out.
Shame is the one that this opens back up to.
Read it.
The tale of a man who was ashamed of his gift, serving as a disappointment to his entire family and forcing him to leave his life behind. This tale ends with him finally at peace with whom he is, a capable warrior in his own rights.
Put it back.
None of them scream, "Open the door" to me.
I don't know what these mean.
I read them all.
Now that we have had this reminisce of these children's tales,
Yes.
can we now move forward, Captain, or can we just stay?
Well, how do we open the door? We got to put one of these gems in it.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's try each gem then.
That's a terrible idea. Something bad's going to happen when you put the wrong gem in.
That's how traps usually work.
That's true.
This is how you lost your finger. You stop thinking, Jet.
Well, okay, Snick, do you have any ideas?
Did he start?
We have to figure out which gem has to do with opening the door.
Okay, which one?
I don't know. Domino read all the stories.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we got to guess. And we got to kind of just
It's a
try.
technical idea.
Well, which one strikes you as being the most uplifting?
The one about the prostitute was very open.
Yeah.
Well, let me see the cover of the book again.
I'm just going to go and clean myself off, I say as I grab some rubbing alcohol and start spraying my glass.
Let's try the emerald. Why not?
If you dip yourself in the black goo, it'll clean off all the organic material.
Oh my god! And it's a fucking emerald too.
No. Can you scan the hole where a gem would go and see if there's any residual leftovers from possibly a gem being in there before? Maybe we can match it up.
Yes. And he hops off the plinth and he delicately places the book back onto it and walks over to the door. And I'm going to physically examine the door hole.
Yeah, as you physically examine it, give me an. I want 2 rolls here. I'm gonna
assume physical science because it's like matter, material.
Yeah, give me that, and then also give me a perception check.
24.
I guess I should probably pop over to Fantasy Grounds and see what you're rolling.
Fuck you, Cody.
So a 24 on physical science and an 18 on perception.
Can I roll to assist him with the physical science?
Okay. Here's what you notice from your physical science scan. There is no residue from any of the gems, nor gold flakes or any chipping from the gold that is on these things.
How big is the square?
It's about this big.
Domino turns around, picks the book up, and puts the book in the hole.
As you do, the door slides open.
Captain, you almost got us all killed.
And that is where we are going to end for the evening here on Saber Dice Oasis.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Here with a few words of our lovely sponsors, the one and only Guy Sklanders.
Surprise.
I know,
Our
right?
sponsors are the Grounds of Fantasy.
The letter M.
Fantasy can be grounded. For it is a ground where there is fantasy. Fantasy Grounds is absolutely awesome. It's our virtual tabletop of choice. It has been rolling dice in all different kinds of directions, except the ones that we have wanted them to go into. Absolutely love it. Giving us all kinds of insight and inspiration. Dungeon Painter Studio is where you get to paint a studio in a dungeon or a dungeon studio, depending on what type of individual you happen to be. And that is an absolutely awesome program, which is used for creating maps, unlike the ones you saw today, however. But it is used to make maps that you do see on the channel from time to time. So Dungeon Painter Studio is absolutely awesome. Check out our Patreon as well for the Saber Dice channel. Support is always appreciated. And I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else happening? We got Gen Con coming up. If you haven't booked yet, go book for the Gen Con event. Gen Con event, you can find that. That's all of us going to be playing some crazy stuff. And there's polls running on the Discord channel as well. Those polls are to vote for what we're doing, who's doing what, who's doing who, and all those kinds of interesting things that happen behind the scenes at Gen Con. And what stays at Gen Con usually travels with you unless you have your doctor's visit regularly. Right. Anything else?
Yes. So for the Patreon, for those of you who are lovely to support us, it's just $3 over there. You get the After Dark podcast. So if you like what we do here on the show, but you want to see us get raunchy and a little in touch with ourselves, that is a great place to do that. For $5, you get that whole extra show, plus you get the vodcast of it as well, and all Patreons. So everybody. We are now doing our Wednesday show in podcast form over there just for you guys because enough people had requested that. So great way to support this cast. I got to be very honest with you. These are all a bunch of amazing people who give us their time every week for this awesome show, and we pay them. So please let us keep paying them if you like what we do here. Let me just throw that out there. So we appreciate it. We will see you guys next week. For you patrons, we will see you guys on Monday. And outside of that, we're going to go raid somebody. So thank you. We will catch you guys in a week.
Damn it, Kashul ate my finger.
Thanks for watching. Did you guys like the gems?
That was